Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality back here with you today to go over something that's not political, something that's more entertainment wise, but I thought it would be semi interesting to go over, or at least semi interesting. This article is from Bleeding Fool from March 17th. It says Marvel's Blade star Mahershala Ali is demanding changes to the script, and there he is. If in case you didn't know who he was, he's in a lot of stuff these days. Good actor. So it says, as the MCU undergoes some major internal changes, Blade star Mahershala Ali reportedly has a number of his own changes he wants to see for his solo outing, The Direct reports. While Blade became one of the MCU's most anticipated new movies upon its announcement way back at San Diego Comic-Con in 2019, okay, so I was going to say just a couple years ago, it's actually 4 years ago almost, it's faced more than its fair share of issues during development, leading to multiple delays to its release date. So yeah, I remember saying a while ago, I don't even remember how long, that the film was being delayed for script reasons, but it didn't really say much more than that. And I think some of the script was leaked, and there were a lot of folks that were like, yeah, this sounds like it's going to be ass. And with the way the MCU's gone from what I've seen, it seemed to be right in line with everything. Now, I pretty much stopped watching the MCU after the Infinity Saga was over, after Avengers Endgame. In fact, I think I might have said this on a previous video, but just to reiterate, the only MCU movie that I have seen since Endgame is just a Spider-Man No Way Home, because it was Spider-Man, and all the Spider-Man movies tend to be pretty decent. Say what you want about the Andrew Garfield ones, but whatever. But the other movies that have come out during Phase 4, I just really haven't had any interest in. Though I like the characters, I could see politically which way the winds were blowing with it, and it just was kind of like, I'm just not interested in that anymore, and I'm just not going to waste the time on it. And it turns out that my instincts were actually pretty correct, where people were starting to get the idea that maybe the MCU is on its way out. And, Gary from Nerdrotic, again, channel you should go subscribe to, started calling it the MCU, because, and there's one video that he has, and I don't have the name of it in front of me or anything, but there's a video where he shows, all these characters that, like all the characters that you and I know, like Tony Stark, Steve Rogers, Thor, have been replaced by female versions, and there's been something like 27 female heroes introduced into the MCU, and like I think it was like 10 male heroes, and even like a few of those male heroes have been killed already. So that's why it's called the MCU. So that was really what you started hearing whenever it was I was referring to about the script problems that it was having. So what Mahershala Ali has said is, with many of these issues stemming from Ali's vision for what he wants in Blade, it's no surprise for fans to see that he is having a massive impact on the way this new MCU film is made. Good. If he knows what he's doing, then let's keep letting him do it. Insider Jeff Snyder shared new insight into Mahershala Ali's request for the Blade script and appearance on the Hot Mic podcast. I don't know what that is. Snyder explained that Ali is heavily involved with Blade's story process, so much so that he has demanded script changes all the time in recent months. And if the script was as bad as it was made out to be all those months ago, he's probably right to do that. Says Ali, who propelled the project into development after meeting with Marvel Studios in 2019, allegedly feels that Blade is his movie and has thus worked to infuse his vision into its story and direction. I see no problem with that at this point. And Marvel Studios has not commented on this report, and Blade is still currently scheduled to debut in theaters in September 6th of 2024. Now, as a fan of the Wesley Snipes Blade movies, and remember, Blade was, I think, the very first Marvel related, or I don't even know if you want to say that, but it was kind of the thing that started off the whole comic book movie craze, because X-Men didn't come out till 2000. Blade was in 97, and so the Blade 2 even came out, I'm pretty sure, before the X-Men movie did. And X-Men's where you can say we're now, Hollywood probably realized at that point that these superhero movies could actually make money. But Blade was really where it started. And the first Blade is a fantastic movie. I'd highly recommend it to anybody. If you're just interested in a good, solid, fast-moving action flick, it's good. The second one with Guillermo del Toro is more horror, but it's still got a lot of action into it, but it's got the Guillermo touch on it. So, of course, it has to lean into its horror roots, the character's horror roots more, and that's fine. And the third one, well... that's it makes me think of that meme of King Ghidorah from Godzilla, where it has the two serious heads and the third one that's like a derp face. That would be Blade 3, and say what you want about it, there are still some enjoyable moments. It had definitely a good premise, but it didn't quite stick the landing, if you will. So, I know a lot of people want to go back to sort of just make the movies like they were before, like 25 years ago. Yeah, sure, great, do that if you can. And Mahershala Ali, how is he going to be Blade, considering isn't the Luke Cage television series canon, and wasn't he Copperhead in that, which is actually a fairly major Marvel villain, at least for like Luke Cage and the street level heroes. So I guess we have him playing two different people in the Marvel universe. Okay, whatever. You know, I should say in like the MCU continuity, because we can always pick on Chris Evans and say, well, he was Captain America and the Human Torch in the Fantastic Four movies, but the Fantastic Four movies predate the MCU, so that probably doesn't count. But anyway, just wondering what you guys think about this. Do you think like when the Blade movie comes out, we're going to get something that is more in line of what the Wesley Snipes Blade movies are? Do you think we're going to get an MCU movie? Do we think we're going to get something in between? Do you think we're going to get like a full-on action flick? What do you think we're going to get? Well, they got about a year and a half to get this sorted out before the release date, or say probably a lot less because they still got to film the damn thing. But let me know what you think. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.